everybody, it's Laura, and I am a 43-year-old doctor, and I'm in my residency in Colorado, and I am studying to become a pathologist. This video, we are going to go over all of the expenses, all of the things, all the money that I spent this past month. We're going to pull that money out of different categories, and then we are going to go through all of my categories, how much money I have in every single category, and make sure that it's accurate, and also take some money out to put it back to the bank so that it can make interest instead of just sit here in my safe. So we'll start first. I have this sheet here. Hopefully we can do this all so you can see it. That should be good. All right, so we start with expenses. So let's get the boxes out where I put my sinking funds. This is the first box. So first of all, we've got Nourish. That is here. So Nourish is money for groceries and coffee beans. And I spent $266. So let's see. So definitely 200, and then 6, and then have this 100. So we'd need to get 60 back. Now, something I forgot to do, the very first thing I'm supposed to do is check to see if there's any money that is going back to the bank in here. It looks like there is. So there's 20. So that goes here, 20 back to the bank. That still doesn't solve our problem, but that's all right. I do have some extra. What the heck, do I not have any 20s? Okay, so this $40 should come back, right? Because if I put in 306 minus 266 would be 46, right? 306 minus 266 equals 40, yeah. Oh, I found a 20. Okay, so now we'll get back to this and count it up later. We're just removing money. So that's Nourish. So we returned 200 in prop and 166 in cash. Okay, go. That is our transportation. So I spent $30 on Uber and some bus tickets. So we just need to get 30 out. So it's 30 cash. Epithelium. This is beauty, hair, skin, and nails. So I spent $379 for some skincare stuff, and also at Sephora, because I am living in 2 different locations, and I wanted to have all of the main makeup and hair, skin, nail stuff that I needed at that location, so I didn't have to keep switching back and forth. So $375, I guess we can do 350, 70, 80, and then get the 5 back. So that's 350 in prop and 20. Oh, it's 379, so 21. Okay. Then Sanctuary. Sanctuary is stuff for the home to help make my house a sanctuary. And I spent $208 on home stuff and getting my apartment cleaned. So 205, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we have 200 in prop and 8 in cash. Now, when it's in a prop note, that means that I have it in the bank in a bucket. So I just pull after I do all of this, I'm going to go to my bank account and pull money out of this category and put it to my checking account to pay off my credit card. That's how this works. Okay, next is wardrobe, which I had to buy. Basically, I have these great shoes that I've been using for like 3 years that are like totally closed toe. They're ergonomic, orthopedic, but they're expensive, right? Well, starting in 4th year, it's like my feet have kind of expanded and they started like pushing into the shoe, and I kept thinking the shoe was gonna expand with me, but instead it just put so much pressure on the tops of my feet that they started forming knots on the tops of my feet, which have now become permanent. And then also it meant that every step that I take in these shoes was super painful, and I need to wear them when I do surge path or I'm doing autopsy or in the OR. And yeah, so eventually the pain was so bad all the time that I just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy the wide shoe version of this, and that solved my problem. Okay, so it's $152. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 52. Okay, so 152. Then fees. All right, fees. I had to pay $25 to the IRS because when I initially tried to pay them, it went through to the wrong account and did not go through. So they charged me a $25 fee. That's why I love this category, because you're not necessarily anticipating for things like that to happen, but you know they're gonna happen because life is full of stupid fees. All right, hobbies. Do we have hobbies in here? This is now my kind of necessary, like necessities, most important categories box. I'm glad that hobbies are a necessity. Okay, $37. I bought some magnetic polish and a horseshoe magnet. So not necessities, but nail polish is definitely a hobby for me. I know I told you guys I was gonna have all red nail polish all month while I'm in heme path. My rotation this month is in cancers of the blood. But after 2 weeks, I was so sick of red. And I was like, okay, what other color is still related to heme path? And it was these blue colors. And that's because like when you have somebody with iron deficiency, or you want to see how much storage of iron people have, there's a stain that we do on the blood. It's called an iron stain. And I hope I remember, I put a picture up of it. It's really beautiful. There's pinks and oranges, but this kind of blue and this kind of greenish blue are the color of iron on the stain. It's really pretty. So I decided to have iron stain nails this week. I'll go back to red next, but yeah. Okay, so $37. There's 35, 40. So let's get $3 back. 37. And then football. That is definitely not in this box. So we'll get our second box. So football, I bought my subscription, my YouTube subscription, so I could watch football games. Because I love to watch football. And in fact, there's a game tonight. Okay, so it was $140. So let's find football. Where is football? Ball. Here it is. $140. Okay, we've got 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90. Plus 50 is 140. And then we've got our Star notes. Okay, so it was 90 in cash, 50 in prop. And now football has nothing. All right, now buffer. Okay, right. How was I gonna do this? Okay, so I finally spent out of my fine spirits. Where is it? Right here. Okay. Okay, fine spirits. So this is a category that I saved to buy nice alcohol. And I haven't spent out of it in a long time. And I had saved up quite a bit. I was at a wine and jazz festival in the mountains here in Colorado, and I found the most beautiful Tempranillo made by this beautiful old couple that lives in the mountains here in Colorado and makes this great wine. And so I bought a case. And the idea is that at the end of every rotation, so every month, I'm going to enjoy this bottle of wine and celebrate finishing a month of residency. But it cost $330, but it looks like all I have is $306. So let's just make sure of that. 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 200, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 330 minus 226. Okay, so right now that's 100 in prop, and it was 126 in cash. Okay, and then that still doesn't cover it. So I got to pull out of buffer. So let's find buffer. So buffer, we have 250 in the bank, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so minus 25. So we're gonna pull 25 out of buffer. And I also was gonna pull out of luxury. Where the heck is luxury, huh? Should be in the back. Holiday boost. Where's luxury boost? Oh, here it is. Okay. What do we got in luxury boost? We've got 30, 35, 40. Okay. And then we got minus 40 from luxury boost. I gotta get these in my spreadsheet. I can't forget. Buffer. Buffer doesn't have any more. I thought there was more in there. Then we still have $39 to cover. Something I thought about was I do have some money in my leap year challenge. So let's see how much we could pull out of that. Oh yeah, we got plenty. So we'll put 40 and put one back. Okay, now that should equal, so 39 plus 40 plus 25 plus 226 equals 330. Perfect. Okay. So now we'll count up how much cash should be here. That's supposed to be 1567. We have 66. How is this not working? 9. There we go. Okay. Now it's accurate. At least it should be accurate. So now I have to count this money and make sure that it's 659 plus 20 equals 679. So this is check 1. All right, so we have 100, no 50s. Ugh, why do I have $48 more? Right, like I should have $4, not $2. Okay, so 727 is what we came up with. I probably made some kind of mistake I'm gonna have to figure out. So annoyed, I can never get through one of these videos, it seems, without making mistakes. I know I've done it before, but whatever. All right, let's check on our Zodiac binder, which I still haven't fixed the cover, but whatever. We should have 763 in here. So we have 78 plus. Let's find out what's in Leo. 20, 40, 60, 81, 40. All right. Send 150 to the bank. Okay, so 78 plus 150 plus 215 plus 180 plus 140 equals 763. All right. All right, it's true. We have 763 in prop. All right. Now let's check out Kisses binder. Okay, so we get to take this out. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. All right, so we get to put 100 to the bank here. We just finished this, so that's 200. So 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000, 1,200, and another one. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 82. What the heck? 300 to the bank. So that's 1,400. And hopefully this is 50. Yep. So that is true. Prop wise, we have 1,400, which is really just stuff. I don't know where my dashboard is. All my lips. It's a mess. I gotta clean this up. All right, Cosmos. Let's check this out. This is me saving for a robot someday. It's supposed to have 1541. So we do have 438 plus, and we'll condense as we go. Okay, we have 438 plus 150 plus 10 plus 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30 plus 8. Okay, so this is 30, and then that can be another 20. Save 500. Okay, we actually have 1570. Prop wise, I wasn't keeping track. We're not gonna send anything to the bank this time. And I'm just gonna fix my spreadsheet. I'm gonna add 29 to that. And then we do 10K. So I think we get to put in a new placeholder. Do I even have? I don't think I have any more 200 placeholders. So for now, we're gonna put in this is my journal entry that we'll put in for now. Because every time I hit $200, I write a journal entry about what's going on in my life. So we get to put another sticker here. So we're adding 100 to the bank. And then we have 140 in here. So there's 1,740. That doesn't seem right. Did I already give myself a sticker for this? Let's see, 22, 4, 6, 8, 10, 200, 400. Okay, so I just gave myself a sticker I didn't earn. Whoops. All right, so it is 1540, and then we can put this back. Working on our next 200. And then pet emergency fund. We think we have 680 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 80. So that's accurate, but is there cash I can take back to the bank? Looks like there is in there. Here. Okay. So we're gonna put 6081, so $200 to the bank. Okay. Then 250. I think I have 95. 30, 45, 55, 65, 75, 80, 90, 15. Seems like I have more. Gonna have to check. 10. Yeah, we have 105, not 95. Okay. And we're not doing anything to prop or to the bank. All right. So now let's count up. How much are we putting back to the bank? 2, 3, 6, 750 it looks like. Okay. So 750. So this should be 1477 now. So now we check. Sweet, 1477. All right. Now we're going to validate and condense all of my sinking funds categories. All right, so we'll start with emergency. It's supposed to have 1230. So we got 12 and 30. So we will exchange these 5s for a 20. That looks good. True. Nourish. I should have 172 in here. So we got 1, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 71, 72. Excellent. 200 in prop. Mint should have 190. So we got 150. 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. Exchange for a 20. Go should have 675. So we got 200, 400, 20, 40, 60, 80, 500, 20, 40, 60, 80, 600, 20, 40, 60, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 675. Okay. So why don't we get put another 200 back to the bank. Okay, so that's 200, which means 600, which means I can do a 500 and a 100. And then Rent insurance is 45, 30, 35, 40, 45. All right, that's good. I guess we can condense. Wellness, 363, 20, 40, 60, 80. So that's 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 63. All right, so that is accurate. Let's do, can we have another 200? And send 200 of this back to the bank. Let's do that. 200 back to the bank. And then let's take this 50. Epithelium should have 184, 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 84. Let's get 2 more 20s. Let's send 100 to the bank. 100. Sanctuary, we should have 22. Wardrobe should have 0. Tech should have 465. 80, that's 4. 65. Let's send 100 to the bank. And we got a 200. We do. All right. Fees, we want to have 165 in here. And that's what we have. Excellent. Gifts, we are supposed to have 195. 100, 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. All right. Hobbies is supposed to have 933. So we got 9 and 33. And this 500 is falling apart. Let's switch it out for a better 500 and I'll fix that one. Travel should have 410. Alrighty, so we've got 100, 250, 70, 90, 310, 330, 350, 370, 380, 390, 410. Let's consolidate this a little bit. All right, so let's get 100. 100 in travel. Okay, now we have 350. Give me a 200. 350. Put these back. And then 350. So we should have 60. Like that. And that's it for the necessities box. And now we go to the fun, unnecessary live and life box. We'll start with edification, which has 0. Then we have puppy. Puppy should, nope. What's next is supposed to be buffer. Buffer is supposed to have 250. Okay. Clean is supposed to have 100. It does. And then this one is hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Should have 100. And it does. And then football should have nothing, and it does. Holiday boost should have 255. Dang. 150, 70, 210, 230, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. What? Is that right? 150, 170, 190, 210, to 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. There we go. Okay, let's condense more. All right, that's 100. So, any more 200s in here? All right, so this is 100. 100 to the bank. All right, 255. Smell goods should have 265, 220, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. Luxury boost should have 0. And puppy should have 1,400, 1,200, 300, 350, 370, 380, 390, 1,400. So we do another 50. We have 1,400 for getting a dog next year. Okay, next is Japan. Japan should have $20. And Fine Spirits should have nothing, which it does. All right, so we got 400, 500, 600, 700, 850 back to the bank added. Wow. Okay, so then that's 1,477 plus 850 equals, it's supposed to be $2,327 going back to the bank. So let's count that up. There was one other thing I need to consolidate, which it is this challenge where money left over from my wallet every week. I put it into this Pixel Perfect challenge. We're very close to finishing. We may actually finish at my next cash stuffing, and then I get to put all this money into whatever the hell I want. I already kind of know the things I want to put it into because I've been thinking about it, but let's see if we can consolidate a little bit, because I do often forget to consolidate this one. Okay. All right, so we have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96. All right, now we're ready. Just wanted to make sure I consolidated everything. Okay, so let's see how much this is. All right, let's see. Is it right? Yes, it is. Okay, 2,327. All right, we still don't know how I messed this up. If you know, let me know. Thank you so much for hanging in there. If you hung in there till the end, someday, once again, I will get it all right. But today is not that day, and that is fine. I will see you guys in a couple of days for my first cash stuffing of September. Take care, say hey in the comments, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.